Beginner Level 2 for Yoga Teacher Training, Thursday, March 19th, 2020. I'm just sitting tall, the eyes closed. Allow yourself to arrive gently in this moment. Feel that you are grounded down through the sits bones and that your seat is appropriate. So if you need a prop, a bolster, a block underneath of you to lift the hips up, you know to put one there. And then sitting such that the spine is tall and the shoulders are balanced over the hips and the head is balanced between the shoulders. Feeling the breath enter the body on the inhale, feeling the breath exit the body on the exhale. Practice gratitude for each breath that arrives and for each breath that leaves. Knowing that the inhale brings oxygen and nutrients, all the necessary energy into the body, and the exhale releases toxins and energy that is not necessary for the body. And so really feel the breath, connect with the breath, connect with the moment. Let this level of awareness be your intention for class today. Do not allow any breath to enter or leave your body without your absolute awareness. And gratitude. And drawing the hands together in front of the heart, we'll lift our voices in one Om. Take a nice breath in. Om. Bowing the head toward the heart, acknowledging all that is. Draw the face back to center, release the hands. Come off your props, sitting into Dandasana. Coming into the Pawana Muktasana series. We'll begin by sitting nice and tall with the legs together, feet flexed, palms or fingertips on the floor next to the hips, making sure the spine is straight up, not leaning back or forward. The thighs are gently activated. And now begin to bend and extend the toes. And so just 4 or 6 times. And then begin to extend and flex the feet. And each time that you extend or point, draw the toes pretty close to the ground. And every time you flex, lengthen through the heels without lifting them off the ground. Next time that your feet are flexed, begin rotations in the ankles, turning both feet in the same direction. And then reverse direction and go the opposite way. Bringing the feet back to center now, bend the right knee and place the hands behind the right thigh. And draw the right thigh very close to the chest and begin to bend and extend the knee. And so extending the leg up, lengthening through the heel, and then as the knee bends, the heel comes very close to the buttock. I'm doing that 4, 5, 6 times. And now hold the leg up. Hold the leg up, keep the foot flexed, hold the leg as high as you can. And then place that right ankle onto the left thigh, keeping the knee bent. Holding the foot with the left hand and the knee with the right hand. You can begin the half butterfly pose, moving the knee up and down and feeling this in the acetabulum, in the hip socket of the right hip. And you can be gentle or vigorous with this. It's completely up to you. There should be no pain in your practice as a result of what I'm asking you to do. If you feel pain in any of these postures, then please stop. Gently and slowly come out of the posture, and I'll give you an option. Okay, now begin rotations into the hip socket. So still holding the foot and the knee, begin to circle. And your rotations can be small or they can be large. And go in the opposite direction. And now draw the shin toward the chest and either hook your elbows underneath of the shin or wrap your arms around the foot and knee of that right leg, and drawing it as close to the chest as is appropriate for you, and perhaps bringing the shin parallel to the floor or toward that. Remember not to twist the knee rather. Remember not to twist the knee here. Don't force. Breathing in and breathing out. And as you breathe, notice how the muscles through that right glute and back of the right thigh feel. And see if the exhale can relax them a little bit. Place the right foot on the ground, straighten the right leg. Sitting tall in Dandasana now, notice how you feel. Notice any differences between the right side and the left side. And then bend the left knee, draw the left thigh in toward the chest, clasp your hands around the back of the left thigh, and begin to straighten and bend that knee. So straightening the left leg up, and then bending the knee and drawing the heel as close to the groin as possible. So this is a really mindful movement, not something that we're speeding through. This is something that we are practicing skill. We're finding out where we get interrupted in the process of extension and breathing into the tightness or discomfort that exists there. Now hold the foot up. Lengthen through the heel. Breathe in, breathe out. And then take the left ankle onto the right thigh. Hold the foot with the right hand. Hold the knee with the left hand and start half butterfly pose. Moving the knee up and down. Either gently or a bit more vigorously. Keeping the right foot flexed. And then begin rotations into that hip socket, so making circles. Yep. Moving that femur, the thigh bone, into a circular pattern, and now reverse direction and go the opposite way. And sometimes students find the opposite way awkward. And so something you can bond with them on. Make a little joke about it. And then from here, you can either hook the arms underneath of the calf, or wrap your arms around, and then draw that shin in toward the chest, bringing the lower leg toward parallel to the floor. Now, while you're bringing the shin parallel to the floor, be sure to lift up through the spine and keep the chest open. So don't close the chest off just because you're doing this posture. It's more important that the chest stay open here. If you hunch over this way, then it's a lot of excess stress on your lower back. And then gently release that foot down. Extend that left leg. And make your way into Vajrasana, the diamond pose, coming to sitting on your heels. And if the buttocks don't go to the heels, then put a bolster or a block underneath of your groin to support you. And then from here, extend the arms in line with the shoulders, and then begin to make fist, thumb out, and then fist, thumb in. And go back and forth between those two actions a few times, keeping the arms in line with the shoulders and keeping the shoulder blades on the back of the rib cage nice and snug. Breathing in and breathing out. And now next time the fingers are straight forward, you'll begin to bend and extend the wrists. And so bending and extending. And you can inhale as you extend and exhale as you bend. And next time that the fingertips are forward, you can start rotations of the wrist, moving both wrists in the same direction. And try to have both wrists rotating at the same rate. So don't let one go faster than the other. Try to keep them symmetrical with one another. Don't involve the elbows or the shoulders. Let this action be focused on the wrists only. Reverse direction. And now turn the palms face up and touch the shoulders with the fingertips. Keep the elbows as high as the shoulders. And then begin to bend and extend the elbows. Going slow enough that you could marry your breath with this movement. Exhaling as you bend, inhaling as you extend. Next time the fingers are on the shoulders, close the elbows, and then inhale, open the elbows. Close the elbows, and then inhale, open the elbows. Do that a few more times. Next time the elbows are closed, begin to make shoulder rotations. So nice big circles with the elbows, and feel that those circles are originating in the shoulder joint. Feel that the head of the humerus is circulating the glenoid fossa, the place where it attaches to the shoulder girdle. And then next time the elbows are at center, go the opposite way. Now next time the elbows are up, take them out to the side in line with the shoulders, extend the arms out. Turn the palms down, bend the elbows now into pendulum pose, keeping the elbows almost as high or as high as the shoulders and letting the lower arms dangle like the pendulums on a clock. Don't jut the head forward, keep the head, neck, and spine in line. And then relax the hands down. And with the hands on the lap, as you exhale, lower the chin to chest. Inhale, face to center. Exhale, right ear toward right shoulder. Inhale, face to center. Exhale, left ear toward left shoulder. Inhale, face to center. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, face to center. Exhale, left ear toward left shoulder. Inhale, face to center. Exhale, right ear toward right shoulder. Inhale, face to center. Turn your face to look past your right shoulder. Inhale, face to center. Exhale, face to look past the left shoulder. Inhale, face to center. Remove your glasses if you have them on. And beginning eye movements now. Without moving your head, cast your eyes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, down to the left, up to the 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 right, down left, up right, down left, up right. Down right, up left. 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 And now make large circles with the eyes. And reverse direction. And then close the eyes and rub your palms of the hands together until the palms get a little bit warm. And then cup the eyes very gently and let the eyes soak in the heat of the palms of the hands. And then repeat that. Being sure not to press into the eyes. It is a cup over the eyes only. And repeating one more time. And then releasing the hands down. Breathing in and breathing out. From here, come to sitting in butterfly pose, please. Soles of the feet together in front of you. And draw the heels as close to the groin as is comfortable for you. And then holding onto the feet or the ankles, begin to move the knees up and down fairly vigorously. So more than just a couple of inches. Sitting nice and tall while you're doing this, making sure that you're breathing. Baddha Konasana, the bound angle pose. Very good for warming the hips, warming the thigh muscles. Over time, it increases flexibility in the hip joint. Taking about 15 more seconds here. And then stopping that practice, helping the knees together with your hands, and coming to standing at the top of your mat for Surya Namaskar. So standing in Tadasana, the feet are parallel, and the feet are distance appropriate to the tightness of your hamstrings. And so if you do not have any tightness in your hamstrings, your feet can be side by side, very close to each other, if not touching. If you have some tightness in the hamstrings, then have your feet sits bones distance or hip distance apart. Make sure the feet are parallel, which means that the root of the second toe is in line with the center of the ankle. And that if you drew a Sharpie line on each foot, according to the root of the second toe and the center of the ankle, then you would have a parallel set of lines. Now lift all 10 toes off of the ground, fan them apart like fingers, keep them lifted, root down through the ball of the big toe, inner edge of the heel, ball of the little toe, outer edge of the heel. Place the toes down gently. Engage the kneecaps by lifting them a little bit. Activate the quads. Soften the tailbone. Do not press the pelvis forward. You're just releasing any unnecessary tension in the low back. Allow the shoulders to be gentle and relaxed. Palms facing the sides of the body. Head balanced between the shoulders. Take a breath in here. Breathing out, take the hands to the heart. Point the fingertips forward. Inhale the arms forward and then up overhead. Lean back a little bit if you like. Breathe out and fold forward. Hands travel through the heart to the floor outside the feet. Inhale the right leg back as far as it's willing to go. Lower the knee gently down to the ground and gaze forward, lengthening the spine. Exhale the left foot back to meet the right and come into a high plank pose. Shoulders, hips, and heels are in line with one another. The butt is not too high. Holding your breath out, lower the knees, chest, and chin, hugging the elbows into the sides of the body. Making sure that the buttocks are lifted up so that you look like a little inchworm. Elbows in toward the sides of the body. Now as you inhale, lower the pelvis to the ground and lift the heart up into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Making sure that the shoulders are safe here, that they're not hiked up to the ears. The toes remain curled under. Now as you exhale, downward facing dog. Lift up through the tailbone. Draw yourself back into an inverted V pose. Looking forward now, as you breathe in, the left foot comes forward between the hands, the right knee goes to the floor. And as you breathe out, the right foot comes forward, and you are now in Uttanasana, forward fold. Adjust the stance of your feet appropriately. Palms meet. Lifting the arms in line with the ears as you inhale, press through the feet, rise all the way to standing, lean back. And then exhale the hands to the heart. Release the hands to the sides of the body and breathe. And fluttering the eyes open, making sure that your stance is appropriate. And taking a breath in. And as you breathe out, draw the hands together in front of the heart. Breathing in, fingertips turn forward, and then the arms move up overhead. Lean back a little bit. As you exhale, the hands travel through the heart to the floor outside the feet, hinging at the hips in order to fold forward. Inhale the left leg back as far as it's willing to go. Lower the knee gently down to the ground. Look forward, lengthen the spine. Inhale or exhale, take the right foot back to meet the left. Come to a high plank pose. Legs are together, feet are together. Shoulders, hips, and heels are in line. Holding the out breath now, lower the knees, chest and chin down to the ground. Hug the elbows in, it will support you. Don't take the head down faster than the shoulders. Now as you inhale, lower the pelvis to the floor, lift the heart and come into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Toes stay curled under, feet are together, legs are together. As you exhale, lift up from the tailbone, lengthening back into a downward facing dog, double checking your alignment, making sure that your feet are parallel, that your hands are appropriately placed. The fingers are not splayed open. The tailbone is lifted high. The spine is long. Shoulders are integrated. Looking forward now, as you inhale, step the right foot forward between the hands, lower the left knee down to the ground, and gaze forward, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, step the left foot forward between the hands, come to Uttanasana, forward fold, making sure your feet are appropriately aligned. The palms meet here, and as you inhale, you reach the arms up overhead. Lean back. Exhale the hands to the heart. Release the hands to your sides. Close the eyes and breathe. And now we'll come into another round of sun salutation, Surya Namaskar, with the mantra. So you all know the postures now. So standing tall in Tadasana, taking a breath in here, and as you breathe out, Om Mitraye Namaha, Om Ravaye Namaha, Om Suryaye Namaha, Om Banave Namaha, Om Khagaye Namaha, Om Pushne Namaha, Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha, Om Marichaye Namaha, Om Adityaye Namaha, Savitre Namaha. Om Arkaye Namaha. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Releasing the hands, closing the eyes, and taking a few breaths. And just noticing how the Surya Namaskar is affecting your body and your mind, your heart. We'll do one last round, opening the eyes, adjusting your Tadasana. From here, breathing in, and as you breathe out, Om Mitraye Namaha, Om Ravaye Namaha, Om Suryaye Namaha, Om Banave Namaha, Om Kagaye Namaha, Om Pushne Namaha, Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha, Om Marichaye Namaha, Om Adityaye Namaha, Om Savitre Namaha, Om Arkaye Namaha, Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. And releasing your hands down to the sides. Close the eyes and take a few breaths. And now fluttering the eyes open, taking the feet side by side so that they are touching. Unless you're using a prop under the arches, you can leave it there. And now hugging the thighs ever so gently toward one another, unless you have a prop between the feet. Then you're going to bend the knees 5 to 7 inches, coming into Utkatasana, the chair pose. So the hands are in front of the heart, the knees are bent 5 to 7 inches, and your spine is tall. So you're not leaning forward for this particular variation just yet. Breathing here, breathing in and out. There should be no stress in your knees. Your knees should feel very open. Your quads might be engaged, but your knees are not. You're also not clenching the buttocks. No clenching the buttocks. And because the feet are both on the ground here and the legs are both weight-bearing, you are safe to activate your thigh muscles here. All right, stand up. Shake it out a little bit. And then we'll come into a second chair pose. So this one, you can either have your feet together side by side, or you can take them a little further apart if you like to. Just making sure that the feet are parallel. And then bending the knees 7 to 10 inches, a little bit further this time perhaps. And lowering down with the hands together in front of the heart. Now once you're here, keeping the spine nice and long, you can take the arms in line with the ears if you like to. Palms face each other. And there should be a general sense of ease in this posture, a general sense of strength, a gentle sense of presence, a willingness to sit with it, to be with it, to breathe through it. Utkatasana, the awkward pose, and that it is. Stand straight up. Exhale the hands to the heart. Okay, now, you're going to take your feet together again. This time we're going to come into Pavrita Utkatasana. And so from here, you're going to bend your knees very, very deeply. So deep that your chest comes to your thighs. So go ahead, bending down a lot. Yes. Now once you're there and the chest is close to the thighs, you're going to inhale, lengthen the spine long. And then as you exhale, turn your body toward the right wall. Place your left elbow outside the right thigh. And if you can, maybe even shimmy it so it's the mid-left upper arm that's outside the right thigh. Make sure that your knees are not out of alignment. They should be level with each other straight across. One's not behind the other. And now breathing here, keep lowering the tailbone down. I don't want to see the tailbone lifting up. The tailbone should be low. Breathing in, breathing out, keep lengthening the spine. Keep rotating on the exhalation. Inhale, exhale. And when you think you can't do this anymore, just breathe. Breathe again. Very gently come back to center. Stand straight up. Inhale the arms up overhead. Lean back a little bit. Open up the heart space. Exhale the hands to the heart. And bend the knees very deeply, so deeply that your chest comes to your thighs. Lower the tailbone down so that the tailbone is close to the height of the knees. Shouldn't be lifted up, that's going to make it harder. Now inhale and make the spine very long, and as you exhale, rotate toward the left wall, placing the elbow of that right arm or the mid-upper arm outside of that left thigh. Keep the knees in line with one another. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep lengthening the spine, and with each exhalation, continuously rotate toward that left wall. Breathing and then breathing some more. Keeping the hips in line. Don't shoot your hips over to the right side. Don't twist your hips. You want to be twisting from the waistline. Inhale to center. Exhale to Uttanasana. Hands to the floor. Bring your hands to the floor. Lift the tailbone up a little bit. And then as you inhale, palms meet, reach the arms all the way up overhead, lean back. Allow the heart space to open. Exhale the hands to the heart. Release the hands, close the eyes, and breathe. Standing in Tadasana. Making whatever adjustments you need to in your Tadasana so that it has a good alignment for you. Okay, now starting from a place of a positive foundation, a strong foundation, and an intentional foundation. Your feet are parallel. From here, you're going to step your right foot back 3 or 4 feet, preparing for Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. So your heels are generally in line with each other. Your back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Your front foot is straight forward. And make sure that you have enough space between the front and back foot, that you're stepped back far enough. KP, you can go further. Marlene, you can go further. Now the back leg is strong. So feel that back leg is strong. Hug that right thigh into the bone. Feel that the back leg is very strong, very powerful, and that you're grounding down through the heel of that back foot. And then keep the spine straight up. Bend the front knee just to the ankle and no further. Keeping the strength in that back leg. So it's almost like you're rooting down into that back heel so that you can bend the front knee. Make sure the front knee is not falling in or out. KP, adjust your back foot that way a little bit more.
This way?
Yeah.
You have to bring it into the ankles too tight. Like you could go with the back, and that's as far as it goes. If there's an injury, dislocated, and sprain on both ankles.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's fine. No worries. Thank you for reminding me of that. All right, very good. Don't lean the body forward. Keep the torso upright. Now, the back leg stays strong and straight. The front knee is bent. Make sure the front knee is directly above the knee. Keep it there and turn your torso toward the right wall. Open that front knee out more, Yadira. Mm-hmm. Fernando, you too. Open the front knee out more. Mm-hmm. Hands come together in front of the heart. Breathing in and breathing out. Scan your body from head to toe now and notice are you in an optimal posture here? Are you in an optimal alignment? Is there some place where you're taking a shortcut that you can adjust? And then open the arms out to the sides in line with the feet. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Turn the face toward your left fingertips, gazing up toward the stage. Good. That's much better. Do you see what I'm saying, Shraddha? See the way that Fernanda, she tends to take the torso this way. Yeah, so we just have to keep telling her straight up, even taller. Yeah, so much better. And then eventually working with the curve in the tailbone a little bit. Yeah. Okay, exhale the hands to the heart. Turn to face the top of your mat and step forward. Resting in Tadasana, take a breath in and a breath out, and just reflecting how you feel. Be inspired by your strength. Be inspired by the resiliency of this body. Be inspired by the fact that you can practice yoga freely and openly. And then fluttering the eyes open now, take the left foot back 2 or 3 or 4 feet, depending upon the length of your legs. Most of you will be 3 to 4. Heels are generally aligned. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Back leg is very strong. So hug that back thigh in toward the bone. Feel that you're rooting down through the heel. Keep the back leg strong. Bend into the front knee. Take the front knee just to the ankle and no further. Now being here, breathing, and just noticing, like, where do you feel unstable? Where do you feel strong? Where can you accentuate or refine your experience? Keep that front knee directly above the ankle, right where it is, and turn your torso to the left wall. You dare take your knee forward a little tiny bit more. It'll be safer if it's stacked. Good. And every time you feel fatigued, you keep strengthening that back leg. Keep reminding yourself of your strength. Keep reminding yourself of your resiliency. And then open the arms out to the sides in line with the feet. Relax the shoulders. You can take the shoulder blades on the back of the rib cage and snug them toward one another. And then turn the head to look past the right fingertips. Breathing in and breathing out. Exhale the hands to the heart. Turn to face the top of your mat. Step forward. Right into Tadasana. And then release the hands to the sides, close the eyes and breathe. And notice how strong your Tadasana feels. I can't speak for your practice before you came here, but perhaps since you've been practicing with this alignment, maybe your Tadasana feels like a more powerful posture. It should. It's not a transitory posture. Tadasana stands on its own. It is a mountain. It is strong. It is obvious. Swami Shivananda would say, this posture should be so strong that the greatest wind cannot move you. That someone could run across the room and barrel into you and you would still stand there. That no word irritates you. That's how strong this posture is. Right, fluttering the eyes open now, take the hands either to the heart or to the hips. And from here we'll come to Virabhadrasana 3, so warrior 3 pose. So grounding down into your right foot, you're going to step your left foot back and come onto the tip of the toe of the left foot. So your left leg will be at an angle behind you, and the toe is still touching the ground. And then from here, still stabilizing into that right leg, you're going to take your torso forward a little bit so that the angle of your torso matches the angle of your back leg. So you're like a seesaw. You're going to keep your standing knee straight but not locked. And as you lift the left leg up, it will stay straight also. Flex the left foot, and as you breathe, hinge at the hip of the right leg and begin to lower the torso at the same rate that you lift the leg. Keep the left leg straight. Keep the hips square. Remember, you don't need to lift that left hip at all. You just need to hinge the right hip. You just need to exercise the ball and socket of the right hip. And if today is not the day to lift the leg, then you can just leave the toe on the floor and practice balance there. But wherever you come to in this posture, keep refining. Keep looking for where you're not seeing what's happening and adjust the alignment so that you feel stronger, safer, and more skillful. Float the foot down and the body up. And release the hands down to the sides, close the eyes. Make whatever adjustments you need to. And then fluttering the eyes open now, place your weight into the opposite foot. And now the right foot goes back, slight angle, top of the toe on the floor. Hands can be at the heart or on the hips, it's up to you. Being here, strengthening your standing leg, so strengthening your left leg. The knee is straight but not locked. And then you're going to take your torso forward to match the angle of your back leg. And now, as you breathe, begin to move into that hip socket, hinging that hip, taking the torso forward and lifting the leg up, keeping the foot flexed. Don't turn the foot out to the side. Don't take the torso further forward than the leg is lifted. Be like a seesaw or like a plank of wood, very straight. Working here. Breathing in and breathing out. And then lowering the foot to the ground and the hands to the sides. And close the eyes. And remember that there are a lot of variations with Warrior Three pose. Many, many variations. And so we'll go over some of those a little bit later today. All right. So let's just realign our Tadasana. So fluttering your eyes open, take your feet sits bones to hip distance apart. Make sure the feet are parallel. That means that the root of the second toe is in line with the front middle of the ankle, such that if you drew a line on each foot with a Sharpie, that you would have two parallel lines. And then from here, you gently lift the kneecaps by engaging the quads. Relax the shoulders, lengthen the spine. Fingertips are slightly active toward the floor. Head is balanced between the shoulders and the gaze is straight forward. Lift all 10 toes, fan the toes apart like fingers. Root down through the ball of the big toe, inner edge of the heel, ball of the little toe, outer edge of the heel. Place the toes softly down onto the earth. Breathe in and breathe out. Now releasing that posture, taking your blanket or your bolster, a small bolster, a thin bolster, placing it across the center of your mat. Excuse me. Preparing for Malasana, the garland pose, stepping in front of your prop. Placing your heels a little bit more than hip distance apart. Feet are at a 45-degree angle. And then hands can come together in front of the heart. And as you exhale, squat down. Bending at the knees, taking the tailbone as close to the floor as it's willing to go. And now as you inhale, stand back up again. And as you exhale, slowly go back down. Elbows are inside the knees, palms of the hands are together in front of the heart, forearms are coming toward parallel to the floor. The knees are bending at the same angle as the toes. So if your knees are trending more straight forward, then you can bring your feet more toward parallel. And I think that of everybody here, I would say Yadira, maybe you can turn your toes in ever so, yeah. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Keeping the spine nice and long. We'll do a little variation in this malasana now. So notice how your hips are very square to the floor. You have an equal amount of weight on each foot. You need to keep it that way. Place your right hand down onto the floor in front of you, either palm face down or fingertips, and take your left hand to your hip. Lengthening your spine as you exhale, rotate your body toward the left. And then take your left arm up and gaze up to where the wall meets the ceiling. Keep your hips level. Don't twist from the hips. You're rotating from the waistline. Now exhale that left hand down. Bring the torso to center. Take the right hand to the right hip. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, rotate toward the right wall. And then inhale that right arm up. Breathing in and breathing out. Making sure that your body is well aligned. Exhale that right hand down to the floor. And then sit all the way down. Removing your prop. Come to Dandasana, the staff pose. Legs long in front of you. Legs together. Feet flexed. Hands alongside the hips, palms face down. If the hands don't come to the floor, then place a block underneath of each hand. And sometimes the hands won't come to the floor because the arms are short. So it's better to put the block there than have them, shortening their side bodies and trying to crunch down to get the hands to the floor. It's better that the spine stay elongated, that they have hands on the blocks. And that way they can breathe well in this posture. Feet are flexed. Coming into Janu Shirsasana, so bend the right knee. Let the right knee come out to the side on the floor, placing the sole of the right foot against the inner left thigh. Keeping your torso squared off toward your left leg. Place one hand on each side of your left leg. Take your tailbone back behind you a little bit. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips and begin to fold forward. Don't lead with the face. Feel this in the hips. And only go as far as the hips allow you to go. Taking your head forward of your shoulders is not taking you further into the posture. It's making your 12 to 15 pound head weigh 45 pounds instead. And then that's hurting your cervical spine. So keep the head, neck, and spine in line for the best support. Breathe in and breathe out. The hands can be either on the floor or they can be on the foot. And for some of you, you might want to take that left hip back a little bit more so that the hips remain square. And of course, if someone's knee is way off the ground, they can always put a prop under it. So they could put a blanket, a block, a bolster underneath of the edge of that right knee to support it. If there's tightness in the left hamstring, they can put a blanket rolled up underneath the knee. Keep thinking about hinging in the hips. And every time that you exhale, allow the belly to come a little bit closer to the thigh. It could be such a small amount closer that it's not even perceptible by the eye. It doesn't matter. It's just the thought that it's possible. Inhale, gently come back up. Help that knee up. Straighten both legs. And now bend the opposite knee, bend the left knee. Take the left heel close to the groin. Let the knee come out to the side. Place the sole of the left foot against the inner right thigh. Square yourself off toward your right leg. One hand on each side of that leg. Keep the right foot flexed. Take your tailbone back a little bit. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, fold forward over that right leg. The hands can either be on the floor or on the foot. And remember that the breath is powerful. So use the breath to open space up in the body so that you can experience this posture with more freedom. It's called head to knee pose, but the important thing is not that your head get to your knee necessarily. The important thing is that wherever you are, you're peaceful and content, mindful and skillful. Keep refining this posture, using whatever props it is that you might need. Taking your tailbone back behind you. And then inhale, gently come up to a tall spine. Help the left knee up, straighten the left leg, returning to Dandasana, staff pose. Both feet flexed, both legs long, legs together, hands on the floor next to the hips, spine tall, head balanced between the shoulders, shoulders are relaxed. Okay, so now we're going to come into Vipariti Karani. So please come take a strap, and then you're going to lie down on your mat with your head in this direction. And so lying down on your back, your head is at this end of your mat. You're going to draw your knees into your chest. And when your knees are into your chest, you're going to place the strap around the balls of the toes. Remember, do not put the strap on the soft tissue of the arch of the foot. You want to put it on the bony area, the balls of the toes. And so, Casey, take the strap more toward the toes. You're on the soft flesh. Yes. There you go. Now straighten the legs up. Holding the strap, one in each hand or both in one hand. It's completely up to you. You can have the strap just wrapped around the foot once, or you can buckle the strap, whatever way works best for you. Keep the tailbone down, sacrum on the ground. Legs long, ankles, knees, and hips in line. So Yadira, see if you can bring your legs more toward your head, and the same for you, Casey. Bring the legs more toward the stage. There. Breathing in and breathing out. And if you need to bend the knees a little bit, you can, if that's going to help, because you do have tight hamstrings. So bending the knees a little bit might help. Make this a little bit more comfortable. Vipariti Karani, falling water pose. Breathe in, breathe out. If the legs begin to shake, it's just because the tissues of the legs are looking for energy, and also because they aren't sure what you want them to do. So just reassure them by activating the thigh muscles again, lengthening through the heels, grounding down through the sacrum and the back of the hips. Teach your body how to be strong. Direct the prana to where it is needed. Don't let it just fly around. The shoulders are relaxing toward the earth. And don't use all your energy trying to pull the legs. Holding the straps gently. Allow the legs to be like a pillar of a temple, aligned so that they support what they're meant to support. And now bend the knees in toward the chest, release your strap. Take your arms out into a T position. And lower your knees to the right, turn your face to the left. The hope is that students in a beginner level 2 class have an understanding of what props they need. But oftentimes you're going to get students come into your beginner level 2 class who don't want to go into a beginner 1 because they want to feel like they already know what they're doing, and they don't know what props they should be using. So every class, remind them. In Jatara Parivartanasana, if you need to have a prop underneath the outer edge of your knee or thigh, please put one there. You'll know that you need a prop outside of your lower leg if your opposite shoulder is popping up off of the ground. The back of both shoulders, both shoulder blades should be grounded. There should be no stress in the rotator cuffs of the upper arms. This rotation is coming from somewhere near the waistline. Depending on where your knees are situated on the floor, it tells you where the twist is coming from. If the knees are further away from the arm, then the rotation is typically a gentler rotation. If the knees are closer to the arm or the armpit, then it is a tighter rotation, a little bit more challenging. Draw the knees and face to center. Lower them to the opposite sides and adjust your props as you need them. Now the arms are either straight across from the shoulders, not higher than the shoulders, or they're in cactus pose. And cactus is when you bend your elbows and you look like a cactus, or 2 stop signs. The back of the hands come to the ground. If the back of the hands don't come to the ground, then stay in the T pose with the arms straight out to the sides. You could also put a prop under the back of the hands as well to raise the floor to meet them. All right, draw your Knees to center, your face to center. Keep your knees bent. Put the soles of the feet onto the floor. Place your hands onto your abdomen, one on the lower abdomen, one on the upper abdomen. Allow the back of the body to rest into the earth. As you breathe in, bloat the belly. As you breathe out, allow the belly to naturally contract. Breathing in, the belly bloats. Breathing out, the belly naturally contracts. Breathing in, the belly bloats. Breathing out, the belly naturally contracts. Continue breathing in this fashion. The breath should be consistent, smooth, no harsh stops or starts. Focusing on connection and awareness. Always coming back to awareness. And now from here, releasing that breath and preparing for Shavasana. And so I'll do the healing bowls for your Shavasana this morning. So prepare yourself. And straighten the legs. If you're chilly, put a blanket over you. If you have low back sensitivities, then place a bolster or a rolled up blanket under your knees. If you have uncontrolled high blood pressure or some other reason why your head needs to be elevated, then place a thin bolster under your upper shoulders and head. And once you're lying down, begin to systematically relax the body. Relax the toes, soles of the feet, tops of the feet, ankles, calves and shins, knees, thighs front and back, hips, pelvis, buttocks, lower abdomen, lower back, mid-abdomen, mid-back, upper abdomen, chest and upper back, shoulders, armpits, length of the arms, elbows, wrists, back of the hands, heel of the hands, palm of the hands, fingers, neck and throat, face, head. Relax your whole body. Relax your whole body. Relax your whole body. Begin to deepen your breath. Begin to move your toes and your fingers and turn your head gently from side to side. And then bending the knees, roll onto your side, curl up into a ball. Using your lower arm as a pillow if you like. I'm just taking this moment to fill the heart with gratitude. Always filling the heart with gratitude. Never getting tired of filling the heart with gratitude. Certainly there will be other things to fill it with as well. But gratitude is what will heal you, support you, and bring you great joy and happiness. So become intimate friends with it. Bring yourself to a seated posture facing this direction, sitting onto a prop, block, bolster, or blanket. Something to lift the hips up so that the hips are level or higher than the knees. And today we'll come into a short concentration practice using chin mudra. So taking the tip of the thumb to the tip of the pointer finger and placing it palms face down on the knees. Chin mudra. And closing the eyes. Chin mudra is the mudra of consciousness. And just allowing yourself in these moments to be aware of the consciousness. The ear of your ears, the eye of your eyes, the taste of your tongue, the one who witnesses everything, the consciousness. And draw the hands together in front of the heart. Together we'll lift our voices in one beautiful Om and one all beings mantra, repeating Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu 3 times, followed by Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. So take a nice breath in for Om. Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Now and always honoring your light and the light of all beings everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Very good work today. Wonderful.